You're listening to Midwest's most dangerous podcast, Lockpod, Left of Center podcast, coming to you live from the NECA IBEW Powering Indiana Lake County Studios.
Good morning.
Season 16, Episode 3.
With a guest producer.
Guest producer. Thank you, Chris. We got Chris Campbell at the helm. Good to see you, Chris.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
And my pleasure, and it's great to see you back. Thank you very much. John's going to be on a sabbatical for a couple shows, so it's good to have a backup. Thank you very much, Chris.
I mean, is it really a backup? I mean, it's kind of like...
No, he's the primary. That's the thing. People don't realize. He allows John to come over here. So
That's right.
He's thrilled to be here.
That's right.
Yes.
Welcome back, Jill. It's her first appearance of season 16.
Hi.
What's
Yeah,
up?
we don't not have you very... I mean, it's rare that you miss a show.
It is.
Jill never misses.
No.
I know.
And Lindsay was available. That was perfect. It worked out great.
It did. You went to...
DC.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that what this
The
pencil's
military
from?
state.
The military?
Yes.
What, I mean, is it noticeable?
You can see that. There's all MPs walking around in groups of 2 or 4, just living their best life.
What about, like, the parks and stuff? Is it pretty calm now? I mean, that's one thing about D.C. You go through the parks, you'll see tons of, like, people using drugs and homeless people, like, laying around.
I think I saw one
the parks?
homeless
Really?
person.
Yeah.
One.
I can
The
think
whole
of a
trip.
few parks. It's
I don't know. I never had any problem. I mean, I lived there
I
for a
don't.
little
I'm not
bit.
saying I have a problem. I'm
I'm
to
just
shit
saying
like
I lived
that.
there. I didn't remember that being that bad, but that was a long time ago.
Like, okay. I mean, maybe you're right. I don't know. I didn't live there. I know when I went to DC and a few trips I've gone there, it's not like, I don't feel like I'm in Mayberry. I feel like it's definitely sort of like a city like San Francisco-ish.
Yeah, I don't think San Francisco needs the MPs or the military there, but I mean, it's President Trump's federal location, so he gets to choose, I guess, if he wants the military there or not.
Right. I agree. Man, Kevin
Welcome
Salty.
back.
Good
Kevin
talk.
Salty right off the fucking bat, dude. So anyway, like, they were everywhere. You see them. So
Yeah.
you see
They
DC
didn't
cops.
do
and-
anything, but like they were just there.
Well, just think, like, that's not even your real job.
Right.
You have a real job. You're not doing
That's
anything.
the
You're out
problem,
there
right?
sweeping a friggin' park. Or,
Exactly.
You know,
They weren't
Mowing
even
the
doing
lawn.
that.
mowing the lawn. Right.
Not even that.
I guess, there's something to be said about the presence, right? So, like, if you see a presence and you're like, hey, let's go on a bank robbery spree or let's go on a crime spree, and there's a lot of MPs, that's probably
let's get
maybe you
DC.
think twice. Maybe, yeah.
We'll go
I
to
mean,
Annapolis this time.
there's probably a deterrent effect for sure. I agree with that. But it's like, I just don't know if, like, is it clearing homelessness from parks or cleaning up parks or riding on the subway a good use of our
I think DC
National
is
Guard?
worse than Chicago.
Yeah, I
as
would
far
say
as
I agree with
homeless,
that.
aggressive homelessness, definitely worse than Chicago.
Yeah, I would say D.C. has a bigger crime problem than Chicago.
Thank you. Okay, we're making progress here.
Yeah.
Okay, because like Chicago is supposedly this dangerous city. I don't really. When I'm in DC, I can feel the homeless.
Depending where you're
issue.
at. Depending where you're at.
Yeah.
And it's not like just all about homeless, right? It's not like, the homeless population is
No.
the problem.
Well, it's usually. I mean,
It's kind of like when we were in San Francisco and we heard, remember how we would go there and everybody was like, oh my God, San Francisco's a pit. San Francisco's terrible.
I agree.
And yet,
I found that was not the case.
yeah. So,
But
I've
when
been
you
to
tell me
in a
DC
while.
has problems, it resonates with me because I saw it with my own eyes, and I didn't think. I don't think I didn't feel like I was gonna get beat up or anything, but I didn't feel like I could let my guard down either. I felt like I should definitely be.
Yeah,
on
you're in
guard.
an urban area for sure, right?
But I don't feel like that in Chicago. When
I
I'm
don't.
walking around in Chicago, I feel normal.
Although we know Chicago a lot better. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like,
Yeah,
like,
it
okay,
depends.
this is where
If
I'm
I was
at.
in
I
another
know.
neighborhood in Chicago, I'd probably be a lot more on guard.
Yeah, exactly.
But like if I'm on, Mag Mile or over on the beaches or something, I don't feel it.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Chris? You go to Chicago?
Specific locations. I'm
Yeah.
not like just cruising around or anything.
Right, but you're not one of those that's like, I'm afraid to go to Chicago guys, right?
No, because if I'm up there, it's probably for like a football or
Yeah.
a baseball game.
Yeah,
And I'm with a
exactly.
crowd of
Yeah,
people anyway.
totally.
So
Like Marissa and I were hanging out at Navy Pier area, the whole area. It's freaking gorgeous, man. I mean,
Yeah,
not Navy Pier, like we're not tourists, but we were in that general area.
Yeah, I don't think necessarily. Like, I think just going up there, though, is fine. Like, Chris says that he goes for a game, which is
Yeah.
cool. That's
Yeah.
fine. He feels good. But like,
there's
I'm
people that don't
fine-
even do that.
I'm fine. Right, I agree with that. I'm just saying, like, I feel good going up and just doing my thing or going to dinner.
Oh, I agree
or
with you.
walking
That's how
around.
I am too.
or-
I am too. Like I go to dinner. Marissa and I will just shoot up there. We'll ride our bikes. But like there's people like I hear them. We could talk to Dilo about it later. There's people that call in that station that they like take pride in the fact they don't go to Chicago.
I mean, speaking of D-Lo, he's coming in. We got to
Yeah,
remind him.
Jim
We got a
D-Lo.
great Jed from Jed in the region on Lockpod today. Just stay
that's cool.
tuned.
That's very cool. It's always a good time. We're going to do a half and half show with Dilo today. So we're going to do one full set of ads. And when we're done with ads, we're done with ads. So we're going to do that probably about a third of the show. And then we'll bring Jed in for the last couple thirds. So
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
you want to hear some breaking news or what?
Yeah, why don't you cover it?
Go ahead. Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, thank you to Marissa. Just before we got in the air, that's why I was kind of running back and forth. Marissa sent us a text that said President Trump announced on Fox News this morning that they believe they have Charlie Kirk's person of interest in custody. So that's the alleged killer. Yeah, that's the person they think that they did. They've been questioning somebody. They're going to have more to announce later today and Friday. Apparently, according to President Trump, somebody close to this person turned this person in, and they're questioning him.
Got like $100,000, please.
I saw somebody said $1 million, but
Worth
not
it.
sure.
That's worth breaking a friendship.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
like
especially if your friend.
100 grand's worth it. You're like,
You got 20 years to forgive me.
If your friend's a
right.
murderer,
They'll
think,
never get out.
No,
Yeah.
no, this guy's not
That
getting
never,
out.
they're never getting
If this
out.
is the guy, he's not getting out.
Well, like anytime you get a clean shot of somebody's face nowadays, you're done, right, Chris?
Well,
I mean, with
pretty much.
facial
Yeah.
recognition. How do they do that? So, like the Coldplay kissers, okay? They did facial, like people. It was like regular people that busted that couple out, right? And it was through facial recognition. How does a regular person do
You know,
that?
honestly, that Coldplay thing, I'm not sure how they did it, other than that they were super suspicious.
Right.
You know, like,
But, like,
that
I
made
couldn't-
people look them up. I
But
think.
like, I couldn't do that. Like,
I
I'm not
think
going to flip through facial profiles. Like, I mean, it had
No,
to be.
somebody had to know.
Yeah,
him,
exactly.
and-
I think
You
somebody
think so?
posted. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
somebody posted up on
Okay.
Facebook and then
and they
just
just
like,
got the numbers.
Yeah.
Sort of like this
Yeah.
one went down.
exactly.
Okay, it wasn't facial recognition. It was just like keep posting, and it goes viral, and then somebody's like, "Hey, that's Uncle Frank."
Right, exactly.
Yeah, right.
That's
Yeah.
my boss.
Right.
And my
I went
other
to
boss.
high
Right.
school with him.
Right.
Right.
That's
I
how
had
it
a
goes
sit
down.
down with HR lady not too long ago.
Right. She was a bitch to
I'm
me,
gonna
right?
post this thing.
Oh, I know her.
That's true.
But so hopefully, and we're going to get more news as it comes through. But that's the latest.
I want to talk to D'Lo about. I think with D'Lo coming in, we are going to talk about his video stuff. But I definitely want to get his opinion on this.
Yeah,
Because D'Lo's he talks to people. That's his job.
Yeah, it's be interesting to hear what he's heard over the last several days on WJOB.
And it's like a right leaning audience too. So like
lately. Yeah.
I mean, lately, what, like the last decade?
Yeah,
since
good
Trump
point.
came around.
Yeah, good point.
I mean,
Yeah.
since Trump came around, WJB's taken a hard turn to the right. Really,
Yeah, I
right?
guess maybe I just don't listen as much as I used
I
to.
do.
Maybe that's
I
probably
listen.
why. But
It's part of my job.
yeah,
I do. I'm a familiar listener, and I don't ever call in anymore. And every once in a while,
You've
I'll
been
be
on a couple
no,
times
I'll go
lately.
on Jed's show.
Mhm.
Yeah, but for the most part, I've weaned myself.
All right, we're going to get into Jed and the Charlie Kirk assassination in the second half of our show. So
And
in
it's
the
not all we're
meantime-
going to be talking about, by the way. We want to talk to Jed about a lot of things, and I know some people are probably burned out about this. Everywhere you go is Charlie Kirk, but we do want to get Jed's opinion on it. So
It's definitely the news of the week, without
Yes.
a doubt.
Oh my God,
So,
it was
over.
so. Let's talk a little bit San Francisco, if you don't mind. We've been holding this story for you, Jill, waiting for you. To
Wow.
get
Just
in
for
here.
you, Jill.
We have
Wow.
been. We did a lock pod trip while we were away on break, and it was a epic adventure to San Francisco. And we watched 3 Dead shows in a row as a lock pod
At
crew.
Golden Gate Park.
And Vez bailed right before the trip started.
Yes. What do you mean, right before? The day before.
Yeah, he was injured in his defense. Alleged injury.
Alleged injury. He called and he was like, dude, I am in South Carolina. I am supposed to fly to San Francisco, and I'm going to have a hard time getting to my hotel door, let alone
Really?
the plane. So he flew back to Chicago and
Did he give you a doctor's
recuperated.
note though? Like,
haven't seen a doctor's
No,
note.
I'm waiting. Actually,
Haven't
That's
seen
a
a
good point.
doctor's note.
Chris, you did he? I'm sure he took time off of work. Let's follow this up when we get back. You know.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
Speaking of HR,
Speaking of, I was gonna,
Where's he at now is what I want to know.
Good
I mean,
question.
why am I
His
here?
back's
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
again.
Right. Good question.
back is out.
Allegedly, he's in California.
His back's better.
His back is better.
So it was great. We had Steve Kellogg, our business partner, was out there. Jill was with us, me and Tom. And then we had other friends that came out. Steve Sursa came out. Shauna Levinson was there with her
Lock
husband.
Potter, her and Eric. were both-
Representative Justin Moed made an appearance. So
couple from Fishers.
couple from Fishers.
I
that
forgot
were-
their name.
that were
They're
friends of Shauna's. Yeah, and Eric.
friends of Shauna, but like we ended up like hanging out on the same blanket for 3 days. with
Yes.
that core group right there in the middle of Golden Gate Park.
Is that picture up, Chris?
Yeah.
The core group.
Yeah.
or the
this is-
blanket.
And the
The
blanket.
blanket picture was up.
Yeah. Oh, the blanket picture is great. Okay, so there is a great use
What's
of
the?
Jill's stool. That stool that.
Oh
the
yeah.
stools
Okay.
that
I was
we-
trying to figure out why this picture made the cut.
So here's your concert hack, people. If
Yeah.
the grass is going to be wet, you get a shower liner.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
nice.
Jill did do that. It was wet the first day. Yeah.
Dude, it was cold.
We had to go buy
Yes,
those
it was.
blankets from Target.
Yeah, we were like, what was it? August 1st, 2nd
Yeah.
and 3rd, right?
You
So you
thinking-
think August 1st, right? You show up to Golden Gate Park, it was 50 freaking
Well, as you
degrees.
can see in this picture, pants, and then look at the next
Moed's
picture.
got a freaking hoodie on.
I had a hoodie
But no
on.
shoes or something.
no shoes. I know he's got a hoodie on with no shoes.
Yeah,
Like
that makes me think dead. You know.
yeah, right.
Yes.
That's Justin, man. That's Justin all
And,
day.
and you could see those portable stools were awesome, by the way. So you're in this big field. It's called the Polo Field, I think, at Golden Gate Park.
Yeah.
Of 60,000 people. We're in GA. It's not like super tight, but it's tight.
Yeah.
And you had to kind of like
Crowded-
claim your space.
Crowded for sure.
Yeah, crowded for sure. Claim your space. Chris, is there that other photo, that second one with everybody with their hoodie? Yeah, that's on our way in.
That was the Grateful
The
Dead
merch.
store.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, you can see everybody's in hoodies and pants.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like there's Jill, and Jill had that nice clear backpack she brought in.
I don't
with all
remember what
kinds
day
of
that was.
goods.
I'm going to say it's day 2 because Jill was on the field with us.
Yes,
Jill,
day
Jill
2.
wanted to wander day 1.
And
Yeah.
Steve and Sirsik was still there. He was.
Yes, you're right. So this is day 2.
Jill ate a candy bar and took off. We didn't know where she went in day 1. Those candy bars, you had to watch them there. The candy bars were deadly.
The
So
first day, Sirsik and I sat on the opposite end of everyone.
You
in
did,
Yeah.
I know.
literally.
On
I think Jill wanted to get her feet on the ground the first day. She
Yeah,
was
you
like,
gotta dip
before
your
I go
toe
down
in.
there with you freaks, I'm going to like...
I walked back there on day 1 just to say hi and see what was going on during the intermission, and it was literally. I looked at my phone. It was 49 and windy.
Yeah, dude. It
I was like,
wind chill wise, it
what?
was even colder. Hey, Chris, you see the picture of Kevin with like a whole bunch of food? Like, this is the most hilarious picture of Kevin ever. Did you take it off?
No, it's in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's right below the birth.
Oh,
there you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
All right. Oh God,
Kevin, you look like you're wasted there. And you're
I
like,
probably,
you're
was a little bit.
You were craving some salty sweets, I think.
So where we
That's awesome. Like, that's my lawyer right there.
where we were, there was the only food item that was near us on day 1, or maybe it was day 2, was like this churro truck, or I don't know, churro cart. And I went up there and I was like, I'll get some churros for everybody. And this was on the way back. I was kind
So
of.
you have 2 churros, 2 pretzels,
Everybody.
and a liquid death clutched to his chest.
You need to hydrate yourself at a dead show.
Yeah.
At least you're hydrating.
Yeah, and 4 munchies.
And
Yeah,
none
Kev.
of it made it back to the blanket.
And then
Yeah.
I realized when
he
I
has
got
like
back,
he's like the sugar all over his shirt and like
It was-
on his neck and it's like,
that's kind of emblematic of a dead show. You're just kind of munching and hanging out and having
kind of
fun.
munching. Yeah.
That was good. The other thing, and there's an can you go to that note? So we stayed in an Airbnb, which actually was a lot of fun because it created almost like a home base.
Yeah.
For everybody, like
it was definitely nice.
Sirsik
It
was at
Daly
a
City.
hotel. He came in every day.
Daly City was like 20 minutes away from the Golden Gate Park, so like we were a Uber ride away basically.
Yeah, something crazy about Daly City. It is probably the first city I think I've ever stayed in. It's like 100 and some thousand people, majority Asian,
Yeah.
1/3 Filipino.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
like what?
what?
70% Asian.
Yes,
Like,
it was crazy.
yeah.
Like 60s. Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
And,
so we had a nice little place there. It was big enough for all of us and it was it wasn't luxurious or anything, but they did have a video.
Jill
video
didn't have
game.
to share a
They-
bathroom with Tom or I.
No.
I did have to clean it though.
Yeah.
This was so Steve rents a car.
I mean,
So Kellogg rents a car, and this is the note we find.
the first night he like blocks in the neighbor driveway and then gets a shitty note.
What
Like,
does it
first
say?
night we're there. Learn to drive.
Learn how to park and don't block my driveway.
And that was
Thank
like a
you.
nice young lady who
Yeah.
was our neighbor. She was like the nicest and she wrote the shittiest little message. To,
For her, this is very shitty. It
yeah,
didn't say,
that's as
F
shitty as
off
it gets.
or-
Dude, that's basically saying fuck off in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Like you get a letter on the windshield, that's big shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then there was this great. So Tom and I are children of the '80s, right? '70s and '80s, like '80s probably, right? We could say. And there was a Galaga machine
Oh my god.
at the.
You ever play that, Chris?
Yes, of course.
Right?
Yes.
Do you have the video of Tom at Galaga?
I got the high
Did it
score.
make it? That's.
It was like my mission in life.
Not that one. No, maybe you don't.
I
maybe,
have it.
Okay, you do. Okay, good. Oh, here it is. This is great.
Yeah, just
this
bear
is
with
so
me.
Tom, by the way, on the vacation.
I got my fucking Grateful Dead hoodie on. Like,
going at Galaga. Let's see if it plays.
pew, pew, pew. See? High score.
Yeah,
All
that's a
right.
good high score.
We-
High
it was
score,
like-
baby.
It was very cool, just sitting there playing video games while we're killing time. I don't even.
Well, that was the other crazy thing, right? The show started so early.
Yeah,
That-
that was nice.
Yeah, like
Show started what 6:30, 7 o'clock.
6:15.
That
The
the
Dead
Dead
came
went on,
in,
right.
and the other guys came on at 4:30.
Right, because the Dead played for 3 hours.
Yep.
So we were done by 10 o'clock each night, and
Yep.
then which was beautiful. Usually you roll out of a dead show, it's super late. So.
And we Ubered out, and they had a lot. By the way, they had those Waymoos, the self-driving cars.
Yeah.
Those were around. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, but San Francisco was gorgeous. I had a great trip, man.
You took us on a great little tour first night around. We saw some trolley cars. We saw the bridge. We saw all this cool stuff.
Because Jill, Kevin, and I were the only 3 in town at first when we got there, and they're not as familiar with SFO as me. And I had a rental car, and I just decided to like drive all over the damn city and just like show them everything. And we ended up like on the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge. When I say that, the ocean side of the Golden Gate Bridge, in this freaking exclusive neighborhood. It was
so cool.
It was so awesome. That was like these houses, Chris, had to be worth $25-30 million. That had to be where Nancy Pelosi lives. People like that. It's just like pimp is like as pimp as it gets, and that's your view of the Golden Gate. It's the other side. Instead of being on the bay side, which is where you almost see every picture, we were on the ocean side of the Golden Gate, and you don't get that perspective very often.
It's really, really cool. And you're up in the hills, and then you come down, and then that's where you saw the trolley car photo. We came down. Like, what is that called around Fisherman's Wharf, or is that Embarcadero?
39, Pier 39.
Yeah, and then also Presidio, right? We went down through there. Yeah, it was really cool. So really neat.
San Francisco rocks. I don't care what anybody says, man. What a freaking amazing time that was. And by the way, getting to see Billy Strings play with my favorite band. Billy Strings is probably my favorite artist playing with my favorite band. It was like I was definitely crying.
Yeah, so like, that was
tearing up. I was so proud of Billy. Like he went out there and he played he has a bird song also. But it was just seeing him out there. I was like, fuck yes, man. This guy is gonna. I have a feeling he's gonna be part of the band one day.
He exposed himself to probably a good 40,000 people that were there at that point during the opening that he may not have had the exposure to right before.
I was so proud of him. What's the matter?
I'm just
he
laughing
exposed himself.
He exposed himself.
Exposed himself. Oh, sorry.
He's like, he exposed himself. It's like what?
He exposed He exposed his music and artistry.
That didn't come out wrong.
Yeah, sorry.
He exposed himself.
But I'll tell you, that was
about like
phrasing.
That was the cool thing, right? So they had 3 openers. They had Billy Strings on day 1, Sergio Simpson on day 2, Trey Anastasio from The Fish on day 3, and every time those artists then played with the Dead during the Dead set after they did, great openings, and Billy was phenomenal. He ended up doing Wharf Rat with them, and it was really, really good. So fun weekend.
Great time in San Fran. So thanks for sticking with us on that. You want to move on to the next topic, or are we good with that?
Yeah, I think so. You've got a great video of the show, you walking around. That was pretty cool. You want to show that?
If you want to see what a Dead show looks like. So like I took this, I might have been a little bit under the weather, inebriated. It was really a cool moment. They were playing Drums in Space, and I was walking through this trippy ass crowd of like freaks.
There were a lot of hippies
and I was
there,
like,
man.
I just threw my camera on and I just walked straight ahead, and I think it came out pretty cool. So this is Drums in Space. Drums in Space is a trippy part of the show, and I was just walking through the crowd. So this is what we see. Like you see the trees in the background, they're all different colors. Super freaking trippy.
Tom's like, where am I?
So I followed.
It's just like freak shows.
I expected like more glow lights.
Oh, you'll see it in a sec. There's one dude that's flipping them around. Yeah, so I think you get the idea.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the third day the old lady next to us died a couple times.
Really?
There was some rough.
Oh, they were doing some heavy.
Yeah, there was some heavy drug use going on.
Yeah.
Like in and around us on day 3.
I saw a wedding in the crowd.
No way.
Yeah, dude. Everybody's smoking weed. I mean, literally, like these people are getting married, and everybody around them was smoking weed. It was the craziest freaking wedding I've ever seen, and it was legit. It was literally they got married in the pit.
That's kind of cool.
Dead show. Yeah, it's awesome.
One of the things that we were supposed to do was celebrate Vez's 40th birthday. Jill bought him a cake, which there's a nice picture of that here. And then
it was a famous cake, by the way, from a famous bakery in San Francisco. And Wheeler was going to surprise Vez with it, and he fucking doesn't show up.
But we had the cake.
We ate the cake.
And here's Tom eating the cake.
I was after a Dead show, keep in mind.
What happened to the cake?
We dropped it. But Vez wasn't there, so it doesn't matter,
I think the top of it, how like sometimes the top gets pressed down. So this is great, by the way. This is Tom.
I'm like, yeah. Happy birthday, John Vesmeyer.
It's just like watching the.
Just eating the cake. That was
Yeah,
great.
So great times
yes.
in San Francisco. So I always love a good lock pod trip. I love it. You know, we got to take Jill and had a good time. So thanks
Thanks for coming, Jill.
Yeah. So
What else
For
did you
asking
do?
me.
And
Yeah,
yes, for her
of
asking
course.
you and for
Of
feeding
course.
us. You were a very good cook. Thank
So-
you.
Thank you.
Marissa and I got an RV, man.
It's a big move for you.
I'm an RVer.
You
Did you know that?
like
about
an
me?
old white guy now.
I did
Dude.
hear that.
I'm like fully retired now. I got an RV. I'm just gonna disappear. See, like I have this strong urge to get the fuck away from everybody, right? And I figure it's either an RV or a boat. And if I get a boat and I would get the fuck away from everybody, I could be in the middle of the Atlantic or something.
Do you think that might come from your like military time, like where you were just like, because you always say this on, I mean, you've said this a lot of times, both to me personally and on the show, where like, you know, one thing about pulling out of port is you're like
Gone.
you're gone.
Yeah. When I was in the Navy, we would go out and you could not reach me. You could send me basically what a tweet is back in those days. They called them familygrams. You could send those to me underway and I could get them, but I couldn't send anything back. So like we would get like 4 familygrams on an entire deployment. And it was a big deal. Like when it would come due, it'd be literally like 40 words.
It's like getting mail.
You're waiting for it. They're
Wow.
like, so you're underway. You haven't talked to anybody in weeks. And they're like, hey, we got familygrams. And you're like, oh my God. Right. And then they hand out the familygrams and you don't get one. And you're like, motherfuckers, man. Nobody fucking loves me. Like
You're like
it's
20.
brutal.
right?
Brutal.
Yeah.
Like, because they would hand out the familygrams. And like everybody would get them except for me, and I'd be like, "What the fuck is going on back home? Right? Does anybody give a fuck that I'm underwater right now?" And then you talk to whoever's got your familygrams, and they're like, "Oh, I just wanted to save them for the end. I thought you. I'm sorry, you know, I didn't." You're like, dude, I was starving for attention down there. I just needed like, hey, I love you and I miss you, right? Nothing. It's,
Do you think it's changed? I mean, do
yeah,
they
I
have
think
like?
I think they actually get emails now,
Oh wow.
which is totally.
But you
different.
can't like bring a phone or have a
But
phone.
like they
or-
monitor the emails because you can't be like, you have to keep in mind you're on a submarine underwater, and they can't like send you an email that says, "Hey, your dad died," because then you're like, "I gotta get the fuck out of here," right? You can't.
Right.
You're on a submarine, so like they monitor your email.
Interesting.
They're not going to tell you your dog died. They're not going to tell you anything that's going to detract you from the mission.
So it's
they'll
like
tell
an-
you as soon as it's over. Hey, your dad died. I'm sending you home. You know.
So it's like an official sub email or something. You're not getting your Yahoo email.
You still,
or your
yeah,
Gmail
it's still
or-
going through a
Gotcha.
middle person for
Gotcha.
sure. Because they can't. You're a soldier. You know, you have to
Mhm.
be. You're there to do a job, and they're not going to send a submarine.
Yeah, I never
home
thought about
to
that.
send you home. You know,
Right.
you're on duty.
And they
So-
kind of got to keep you like on even keel.
Yeah, you'll miss.
Interesting.
We've had plenty of missed funerals while we were underway, and then you don't even find out about it until the ride is over.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway,
All right,
yeah,
the
my
RV.
RV. yeah, yeah. If somebody dies and you're on an RV, you'll find out right away.
That's right.
So yeah, we already did our first trip in it.
Is
so,
this the picture?
well, that's a picture of the RV.
That's very cool.
It's a 25 footer. That's my wife cooking breakfast at a crowded stop. We went camping. I'm not a camper either, by the way. That's
Yeah.
probably only the second or third camping trip I've ever done in my life.
It sounds like you got many in your future.
I am a camper officially now. I don't camp, dude. I don't know if I give off camper vibes to you.
No.
No.
Do I? They're
No.
like outdoors, man.
No.
No.
No, I mean, but at a dead show, aren't you supposed to be like one with nature anyway?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
In a
I
different
am.
way,
I'm
but-
embracing it. I'm embracing it now.
you might like the wilderness.
I do. I like it. But so like Marissa and I went to Michigan for our first trip. We went to Cadillac, and that's her driving the big rig. By the way, it's not small. Marissa was cruising, but we went up during Labor Day weekend. Dude, it was so crowded.
I bet.
Yeah, but it was great.
It's like an adventure.
It is like an adventure.
And you guys, I imagine you're going to continue doing this.
Oh yeah.
Like, do you see yourself going like cross country?
I see myself going cross country for sure. I'm not sure about my judge wife, who's got a much more. She has to be on the bench. I could do work with my email and with my phone, and you know,
Zoom.
Marissa's actually got to be on the bench. So
Mhm.
we have different challenges with our career. And so until we really retire, we're not going to be like going on ultra long journeys. But eventually, like her and I could totally live out of that. Like we totally could.
Like, is it like, oh, we're going to take it to football games, or
I don't know. I mean, you could.
yeah,
But like, what's the purpose? Like, I guess if you want to just hang out and tailgate for a couple, but you can't really use the bathroom or anything, you
Mhm.
know, because like you got to dump it. and-
what does it have
and
like
hand dump
satellite?
it.
What's that thing on that? What's like the
Yeah,
the
it's
black
got
thing on-
satellite. It's got
okay.
all kinds of it's great, man. It's a
Wow.
really cool unit. I'm very happy. So
All right,
yeah,
Tom,
awesome.
New toy at the McDermott house.
Put it in the parade.
Good call.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, driving down
Tom's
funny.
waving.
in the back. All right, hey, I want to do one sort of serious story before we bounce and then get Dilo. Poland, you know, I'm partial to Poland. My wife is a native, 100% Polander, Polandish. Is it,
Pole.
all right, we'll just call her Polish. Marissa was born in Warsaw. She has family in Warsaw. And it's interesting perspective with what's going on in the world, with the Ukraine and with Russia. And then talking to Marissa, who's in constant contact with her Polish family, the Poles they're very worried about what's going on, obviously. They were worried about the presidential election in America. Obviously, I think a lot of them supported Joe Biden because of his stance with the Ukraine and with Russia. And I think the biggest fear of the Poles right now is Russia is going to invade Ukraine and Poland's next.
So, I mean, geographically, right, remember this, the eastern border of Poland is Ukraine and Belarus.
Right.
So,
Belarus is firmly with Russia.
Yep, and then it's got a little bit of Russia at the northeast. So they're right there, right? They're on the front lines. We talked to Dr. Forride, I think, in season 13 or 14 when maybe it was 12, I don't know. But, when he was over there, he was in Poland and he was right on the front lines. I mean, you had refugees pouring over by the hundreds of thousands early in the war.
Well, the reason we're talking about this right now is big news out of Eastern Europe. Poland says Russian drones violated its airspace 19 times overnight, the first time they've come in straight from Belarus. Polish military shot down at least 3 of them with the help of Dutch F-35s. NATO confirmed it's the first time Allied jets engaged a threat inside NATO airspace. Moscow, of course, denies that their drones are theirs. Poland rejected a suggestion by Donald Trump that Russian drone incursions into its airspace could have been a mistake, a rare contradiction of a U.S. president from one of Washington's closest European allies. I mean, Poland is very conservative, too. I mean, I think they definitely line up with Donald Trump as far as their politics are concerned. It's a very conservative country.
Right. Very Catholic country.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously always been a good NATO ally, I think, to the U.S. I mean, so that's why it's interesting that, I don't know, I mean, Trump's tweet, I don't know what you want to call it, but, his statement was kind of like, what's going on over there? Drones or something like that. I can't remember exactly. And he also said maybe it was a mistake, and I think the Polish government was like, no, man, it's not a mistake. I got to be very clear here.
Polish prime minister isn't taking any chances. He's invoked Article 4 of the NATO treaty, which doesn't mean war, but does mean Poland is calling the other 31 NATO members for consultations. Article 4 has only been used 8 times in NATO's history, usually when members feel their security is directly threatened. Remember now, Article 5 is different altogether. Article 5 is the attack on one is an attack on all clause, and it's not on the table right now. Russia said its forces have been attacking Ukraine at the time, and it had not intended to hit any targets in Poland. Trump told reporters in Washington on Thursday it could have been a mistake. But Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk responded on X, "We would also wish that the drone attack on Poland was a mistake, but it wasn't, and we know it wasn't."
Well, I mean, there you go. I mean, it just goes to show you that even within the alliance, there's going to be differences of opinion on what happened. I mean, it seems to me pretty clear that to me, it seems, I've heard this theory and I agree with it, that they're testing NATO's resolve. They want to see what they're going to do. Let's throw some drones over there, see if they just complain or if they actually do something about it. So that's why I'm actually kind of happy that they shot him down.
Well, there's a lot of reactions coming out. NATO's spy chief said this was no isolated incident. French President Macron condemned it. Britain's new prime minister called it deeply concerning. And leaders in the Czech Republic and EU flat out said it looked deliberate. U.S. lawmakers were blunt as well. Republican Joe Wilson said this is an act of war, while Illinois' own Senator Dick Durbin warned that Putin is testing our resolve. Russia's line, total denial. Their diplomat in Warsaw called the accusations groundless and said Poland was caught up in anti-Russian frenzy.
There you go.
Yeah,
This is see what happens. I mean, it's almost been overshadowed by the Charlie Kirk assassination, but the fact is that this is big news, and we're going to monitor it.
And if you look at the map, we have a map of Poland up for those that are watching on, and if you see how far into Poland, it's literally halfway through their country. It's the south of Warsaw. It's really close to Warsaw.
That one's crazy. There's a bunch of them on the border.
Inside. It's like in the middle of the country. Like, how does that?
It's like in between Warsaw and Krakow.
And like you don't know where your freaking drone is, and it's in the middle of a country it's not supposed to be in.
Yep.
That is no accident.
I agree.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oops.
It's bullshit, man. And like obviously for students of history, Poland is a battleground, literally during World War II.
September 1st, 1939.
So this is no good. So we have obviously America's ablaze, literally with infighting. We have debt rolling out of our eyeballs. We have what's going on with Russia, with Poland, with Ukraine. It's just
There's a lot
obviously
going on,
the
man.
Palestine and Israel.
Yeah.
It's,
We didn't even talk about the fact that Israel went in into Qatar this week and blew up in the middle of Doha, the capital of Qatar, going after Hamas, top officials that they didn't get. I mean, it's crazy, right? There's all kinds of stuff going on.
We got as close to world war as we've ever been in my time.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to go ahead and cut off the international intrigue right now. We're going to do a full set of ads, our whole show's worth of ads right now. And when we come back after ads, we're going to have WJOB's co-owner, WJOB's voice, Jim Dietelo, on the show for the rest of LockPod's episode. So stick with us. We're going to get through our ads right now. And I want to thank again Powering Indiana, Lake County, our premier and studio sponsor. They've been with LockPod every single season since we started. So thank you very much, Powering Indiana, Lake County. It's our source for the region's most trusted electricians. At Powering Indiana, Lake County, they set the standard for excellence in electrical work. As IBEW Local 697 electrical contractors, we ensure safety, reliability, and quality for Northwest Indiana corporations, businesses, and homes. But our mission goes beyond the job site. We're creating a brighter future for the region we proudly serve. Powering Indiana, Lake County, bringing excellence to the job, creating a brighter future for our community. Find the right electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org.
Misprint Printing. Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 30-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltonsberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions that leave a lasting impression. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today.
MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunities. Stay in the loop and connected by hitting up their website, mcrpartnersllc.com. For tailored assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to Matt Reardon at 219-741-9511.
Byway Brewing. Before I get into this, I just ate at Byway the other day. Marissa and I went by. I like to go to our sponsors.
Absolutely.
Man,
So good.
I got this like horseradish and meat sandwich. I forgot what the name of it was.
Yes, that's called, not Executioner Song?
Yeah.
Yes.
The Executioner.
So good.
Man, it was really good.
So
So
good.
Byway, the thing about Byway, great beer, but also great food, man. Just a great place.
Great atmosphere.
Yeah. Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room and an outdoor patio, serving its award-winning craft beer, a chef-driven food menu, and craft cocktails on draft. Their brewing equipment and production facility offers a unique backdrop for events like bridal showers, reunions, or corporate parties. With their new food truck, they can cater to your corporate and private events offsite. Just off 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Discover more at bywaybrewing.beer.
Kuklakis Law. Are you facing legal challenges and don't know where to turn? Look no further than Kuklakis Law, your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana and Illinois. Do you need representation buying or selling real estate? Call Kuklakis Law. Need help forming your business? Call Kuklakis Law. Did you get injured in a car crash or at your job? Call Kuklakis Law. No matter what your legal issue, call 219-671-6347 for a free consultation. Who are you going to call? Kuklakis Law. Hablamos Español.
The branding room floor. Don't let your business get lost in the shuffle of generic branding and aimless marketing. Trust Northwest Indiana's award-winning full-service marketing agency, The Branding Room Floor. Providing data-driven results to help your business grow in a crowded market is their specialty. From website development and digital advertising to graphic design and branding, The Branding Room Floor will set your business or organization on a clear path to strategic success. Don't wait another day to get started. Visit thebrandingroomfloor.com today.
Cantrell and Cantrell, attorneys at law. Are you injured? Are you in trouble with the law? If so, give Cantrell and Cantrell a call and schedule your consultation with somebody who's in the court and at the jail every single day. Call John Cantrell at 219-554-4LAW. That's 219-554-4529. Or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife, Kristen, make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
Prestmer Insurance Agency. For decades, the Ron J. Prestmer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. The Prestmer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. Prestmer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you.
Calumet Brewing, it's not about the miles you ran, the perfect score, or even the final victory. It's about the joy in the journey. The high fives after a friendly game, the feeling of accomplishment, the shared laughter. That's the moment worth toasting. With only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs, Michelob Ultra is the refreshing, crisp reward that makes the moment better. Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Head over to the Cal Brew or Michelob Ultra websites and social media pages for more info on this great family of beers. Enjoy the Michelob Ultra lifestyle with beers and cheers responsibly.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon. Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Is that it?
And the song. And here it is.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia, de todo corazón.
All right. Thanks to our sponsors, including our studio sponsor, Power in Indiana, Lake County.
All right. You know, it's funny. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very proud to introduce WJOB's very own Jim Didolo in the studio. Good to see you again, Jim.
Jed in the house.
Thanks a lot. Hi, Jill.
Hi.
Hi, Chris.
Hello.
Yeah. Funny story. So, Kevin was coming in. He's like, I don't know what's going on with this TV in the other room, right?
Yep.
It's not connecting. There's something going on with YouTube. And he was looking at Chris funny, like, what did you do? There's something going on with YouTube, right? So Kevin was like, fuck it. He just gave up before the show starts, and he comes in here, right? We're just like, we'll let the blue room go dark, basically.
Yes, the green
So
room.
I go out there, and Didelo's watching a show, and it was episode 1. I got my
whoops.
Bears jersey on. He's sitting there watching an old episode. He's like, what are you doing here? I'm like,
He's getting
dude, you're
caught up.
supposed to...
He's getting caught up in the season.
So anyway, good to see you, man.
Welcome, Jed.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
So that, get that mic close to you. It's
yeah.
like
These are different
it
types
needs
of.
it's not as fancy as JOB Studio.
You got
man.
those fancy.
I can't see myself either. Hey, by
Yeah.
the way, you guys have a Times and a Post.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't seen either one of those since
Really?
pre-COVID.
You don't get the paper anymore.
No, I don't.
You get the digital, obviously. I know
I
your
get the
partners.
digital
Right.
Times, but I haven't seen the Post in a long time.
We still
Yeah.
get the paper version, as
It's like-
expensive as it is.
It's $1,000 a year for a print
$90
version
bucks
now.
a month for each of those.
Yeah.
Each.
Isn't that crazy?
So
Yeah.
the Post, I guess, let go a woman that worked there for 33 years.
Recently.
Not Michelle Quinn.
No, saleswoman.
Oh, saleswoman.
And
okay.
I was in that morning with another client, and I'm like, oh my God, I just got an email. So-and-so got let go after 33
Wow.
years with the Tribune, and she sold all the ads here locally. Her name's Sue Medved. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, geez, I imagine she knows who all the clients are.
Wow.
No
good for
kidding,
you,
right?
man. Did
She
you
had
hire?
a job by the end of the day, man.
Good job, man.
Yeah, so I was
No wonder you
like,
look so relaxed.
Yeah.
You're like,
That's
man,
awesome, man.
sales
Yeah.
revenue is up.
I don't have to go do. I mean, I got one right after this.
Yeah.
As a
That's
matter of fact,
awesome,
I'm gonna
man.
use one of your rooms.
Of
but,
course.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
you know,
You
things,
can watch an old Lockpot episode while you're there.
Yeah, we'll put on a real old one for you.
You know, it's kind of tough day to come in
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
this week, man.
We're gonna
It's
talk
been
to you
tough.
about
I
that.
know that's what you had me brush up on that a little.
Yeah.
bit.
Definitely. But I mean, just in general, because number one, we always appreciate you coming in. I mean, I don't think there's any. If you want to talk about media mogul in the region, it's definitely Jed.
I agree.
So we appreciate you coming in. But I guess one of the things we always want to hear from you is like, give us like what's the thing in local media right now? Why are you still successful, still there, still a major player in the region?
Well, let's take that first question. For 102 years, we've done the exact same thing, which is a guy comes in the morning, whether it was John Anastopoulos, whether it was Eric Alden, whoever it might be, for 102 years. Somebody comes in the morning, maybe midday somebody comes on, and then usually you have somebody in the afternoon. But we just talk to people and we take phone calls, and that has worked for 102 years. I sent you guys a little something I wrote today for a little Substack that I started going, and it has all of a sudden changed in the last 6 to 12 months, where I don't feel the beauty of that relationship anymore.
Really?
I just feel as if it goes way past the hey, we hate each other, people can't talk to each
Yeah.
other, we're all divided.
Yep.
something is, I mean, I was there in 1984. I did my first show, so I've been going on and off and on there for 40-some years. Never in all of this time, and what my dad remembers as in the 60s, the same thing. It has never been, I guess, this lack of...
Acrimonious.
Or divisive.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what it's like. You'd come in and you'd be like, man, this is really cool. People call in, and it's like, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I thought I had...
I love that about JLB. I love that. That's one thing that we can't replicate in here. We do it with chat, but it's not the same. I did love that about JLB because I'm quick on my feet. So we would roll into our show, Kevin and I. We would do 1 minute worth of work to prepare for the show because we were like, a lot of times we're like, hey, we'll just let the audience take it.
Well, we had typed
you know?
up like kind of like our news
Like,
things, right?
right,
And
but
like
the
little
audience
stuff, but then it was
sometimes
like,
would
let's
just
take some
hijack.
calls, right? And
But
it,
like, I love that about
yeah,
the show.
I mean,
yeah.
and it becomes its own show in a way because there's
The
personalities,
audience
right?
Yes,
Right. You have your
absolutely.
own personalities that call up every day,
You got the Mad Max and
Right.
MXs of the world. You got the,
down to
trucker bikes
down to
and-
like Lori, who just passed away recently,
Yeah.
right? Like things like
sad,
that. Like
yeah.
there's people of all just want to call about the weather.
yeah.
To
You
I
have
wanna,
everyday callers, right?
to I want to
People you talk
complain
every
hard
day.
to you.
Well, if you're going to do it with one person, you have to have characters.
Yep.
Yes.
And people
It's like-
call, and they're like part of the game, you know?
It's like Howard Stern's Whack Pack kind of thing. It's like it is. It's like you have your own cast of characters. I'm not calling them the Whack Pack. I'm just saying you have like a cast of characters that follows you. By the way, Lockpod does too. We have like a cast of characters that accompanies us on live shows, and they help us because we read their comments and chat, and it helps move the show.
So why is it so difficult right now is that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and he was the best at what I do, which is talking to people openly about very sensitive topics. Sometimes I'll challenge people, like Charlie Kirk was the best at challenging people, kind of more for an agenda,
Yeah,
but he gave them
But-
a platform.
I know, Jim, but like he dealt in dangerous territory because in my opinion, and God bless the guy, by the way. Okay, I'm not like, but he did deal in divisive language, and you don't. You're WJOB. You're not a mean guy, Jim. You're like me. You and I haven't seen eye to eye, but you're just not a mean guy. You're just like, you may be controversial sometimes, right? But like Kirk dealt with like controversial, divisive topics, and he was very one-sided about it, and like it's dangerous nowadays. It really is.
I think the one thing that that we always talk, a lot of us talk about the First Amendment, right? We talk about it. You talk about it at your work, Mayor. Jed, I know you talk about it in your job. And, as a lawyer, I think we learn in law school the First Amendment's pretty broad, right? There's not a lot of, you have a lot of leg room and a lot of breathing room with the First Amendment. I think Charlie Kirk shows you that, he was divisive, right? No one's going to say he wasn't divisive. But he said what he thought. He believed in what he said, and he was out there doing it, right or wrong. There's very little. There's not much in Charlie Kirk what he stood for that I necessarily agree with. But the fact that he was able to do it shows that our First Amendment, I think, is strong. But it also probably resulted in a lot of hate.
So what's the future of that? You remember, Kevin, when you would host those shows and the phone lines would be lined up, and if the mayor did something silly, as he was wont to do at times, I think you've matured quite a bit. But yeah, you're a little older, and
Got an
you
RV.
do just kind
I
of think.
got an RV now.
Yeah, see how mature he is now.
Don't say that again. But how sometimes it would be difficult,
Yep.
and people would call in and they'd want to rip on you, and oh my gosh, that's a beautiful one. It's not
nice.
too big.
No, it's
that's
small.
exactly
Yeah.
what you want.
Yeah, it's mercy on me. It's big enough. We could take probably 3 people if we wanted.
But I think what you're saying, yeah, and Jed, you're right. Look, the fact is there were times at JOB because of things that the mayor's not the president, but the mayor's the mayor, and he's not immune from getting, threats. It's true, and there have been times where we needed to have the Hammond Police Department sitting out in the JOB parking lot. Just to be careful. That's what I'm saying. This isn't. Unfortunately, and I think you said it, is that we're at a time now that's even more divisive and more kind of different than we've seen. And political violence, you got to say you can't. It's a no. It's a hard stop, right? And as an elected official, Mayor,
I When I saw the video the other day, I saw it early. I got the message, Charlie Cook is shot, and I was at work, and there was a big meeting going on in another room, and I was not part of that meeting, and I was like, I don't know what it was about it. Because Charlie Cook got shot, and I was like, that's not good. And, you know, and it didn't say anything about how severe it was, so I was like, the thing about TikTok is, like, early on, you could see anything you want on TikTok. They don't blur anything out. So I go straight to TikTok, and when I saw the video, I was like, is that freaking AI? I hope that's fucking AI, because if that's AI, thank God, because if it's not AI, that guy's dead.
Well,
Like,
and I mean, this
it
shot
was
was
not
from
AI.
350 feet with a single bolt action rifle. I mean, obviously somebody with sniper. By the way,
I talked to a well-known cop about that, Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay, a 200-yard shot, because to me,
350 probably, but
well,
yeah,
okay,
whatever
but
it
still,
is. Yeah.
It's like nothing for a cop. It's nothing for a hunter. It's nothing.
Right.
They're like, this is what, and my cops train on 400-yard shots.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
That's what-
somebody with
that's their,
training it's not just somebody that just walked up and was like, I'm going to kill Charlie Kirk today.
From
with
what
a-
I was told, I think there's a lot of cops that told me, Kevin, you can make that shot. If you had
Maybe
the
with
right,
a
if you had the
scope,
right
right rifle
and
with
they
a
did
scope.
have it. You
Yeah.
can almost anybody with the right weapon can make that shot. It's nothing like that's extraordinary.
Well, and the news is reporting that Charlie Kirk killer identified as Tyler Robinson, 22 years old, from Utah. He confessed to his father, and his father turned him in. I mean, brought him there. That's what's in the news right now.
Because that's the thing
I don't know
about-
how accurate that is. That's what the Daily Mail's reporting.
Could you imagine, Kevin, like your dad and you see your kid, you know your freaking kid, what he
Yeah.
looks like. You know, like you're just like, oh my God, that's freaking little Johnny, you know? Like, like
Well, yeah, somebody went. I mean, you got to be able to identify. I went to high school with him. I went to college with him. I went to right.
I bought him that backpack.
Yeah, right for Christmas last
yeah,
year.
right?
They said that was going to be a
Really?
big identifier.
Yeah.
was
Really?
the backpack,
Yep.
because it had when he turned around, you could see
The label.
brand and the label.
Really?
And his shoes, because some of that other stuff was blurry. But
Mm-hmm.
that, you know, so what happens? This guy grows up in a family. He's 22 years old. We had this school shooter yesterday. Just
Yeah.
a kid,
Mm-hmm.
16 years old, was having some issues at school. I mean, where does that go? And
Jim?
where does that go? And where does that go to affect free speech?
It's when you and I were young, Jim, you were more worried about getting your ass kicked, right? Like if I messed up when I was a kid, I got my ass kicked. I was small too, by the way. Okay, now you mess up and you're a kid, they pull out a gun. Yeah. It's just a completely different environment. And the mental health. When I was a kid, we had things called mental hospitals also, where you would send people with sickness, and courts would send them there, and they'd be there sometimes for long periods of time. And that's where the ill people in our society would hang out. And now they've gone away too. So now they're on our streets. And it's like, so you got a heavily armed population with a lot of mental illness and divisiveness galore.
It's a bad recipe.
Who wants to be a freaking politician right now?
It's a bad recipe.
You got any openings at JLB?
Wait, you think
I could
that's
sell.
any safer?
I could sell ads, dude. I'm a salesman.
Why do you think I'm going towards sports?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
man,
No
it's-
shit.
I mean,
Shit.
Jed, what have you seen over the last couple days on your show on JLB, WJLB regarding this assassination? What's
luckily not luckily, but I just got back from Indy from a TED conference on sports, and that was kind of immersed in that. But I've been listening to some of the people as the rhetoric has come way down.
Really?
Nobody wants to say it. I mean,
Well, Democrats aren't saying. I mean, we all feel bad for the most part. There's sick people in my party that are laughing right now. That's disgusting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there
Yeah,
are.
disgusting.
And there are some, I guess, Republicans that are trying to seize the moment. But I'm getting the feeling that in the region, many of the people are kind of, they're not as far out there on either side
I
as
agree
you
with
would
you.
think. It's kind
It's
of
the Midwest.
It's
kind of.
people that all work and they went to IU or Purdue or something. You don't have the elitist, and you don't have the heavy rural where it just kind of grows and grows. So you get a lot of people that are just working people, and they can kind of see the other side. So I think that in a weird way, this may tamper some of that divisiveness.
Well, you always hope that things like this, calm things down. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the Utah governor's speech. Republican Utah governor, his name's Scott. I think his last name's Scott. Really, really good speech, and he talked about in a really, I thought, calm manner, just like, hey, we got to get things straight in America, right? And I thought that was a really good speech. I don't know. If
I
you
did
saw
see it. I saw it. He spoke again last night. I waited around You know how it is when you wake up at 4:30, you kind of go to bed at like 8:30, and I'm waiting, and finally they had this press conference where they didn't really say anything. They just wanted to show the pictures again, and evidently that press conference prompted people to say it. I mean, they said nothing new. They have one little video of the guy jumping off of the roof,
Right.
But that's crazy that they found it. How you doing, Jill?
I'm living the dream back here, man.
Hey, Joe, how do you feel about this whole thing? Honestly, like it's interesting to me how you're. I consider you a normal citizen. You're not very super political. I know you support me and all that, but when you see something like that, how do you feel?
Like him getting murdered?
Yeah, just
I don't care.
the whole issue, and just
I don't care that he got shot at all.
really, that's
I-
rough, man.
I don't.
Yeah, I think there's like
There
think
is
their
definitely a-
reactions span the gamut. You
But
know,
there
like-
is that element out there. Is it because he was dealing in hate speech, basically, in your opinion?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I also like when there was a school shooting the same day.
Right.
So it's I don't want to say it's normal at this point, but I don't think he deserves any more pity than
Then a bunch of
anybody
other
else.
kids?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Chris?
I think it's messed up to be killed because you have an opinion that differs from someone else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no one's taking out flat earthers. You know, I mean, those guys are wackadoos. So
Yeah, they are.
I just think it's like you just don't want to say what you want to say anymore.
I know. I know.
So there it is. I was talking about where does it go with free speech? That affects us directly. Literally, we have not done anything different since we bought it, I don't know, 22 years ago. And then all those years in there where your dad owned it, he did the same thing I'm doing, right? And then before that, Julian Colby owned it for 40 years. Nobody did anything. And then there was another guy.
But that was the technology at the time, too, though. I mean, that was what you're doing now is the current technology, but WJW was the modern technology for years, you know? Now when you buy it, it becomes like older technology and you're starting to morph into what you are now, which if it wasn't you, Jim, let's say my dad bought it back in the day when he was trying to, and it's no secret, Jim and my dad were sort of bidding for it at the same time. But if my dad had it succeeded, he would have failed, in my opinion. All due respect to my father, because my dad wasn't a visionary like that. My dad would have still tried to make it work as a radio station, and you've morphed into more of video. So it's probably good for WJOB that you were the ultimate victor there, because my dad's not wired that way. My dad doesn't even really turn on cell
I think
phones.
there would be one struggle that your dad would have faced, and that is that sports is what people support now. And your dad's he's a big sports fan. I talked to him,
but
many
not high
times,
school sports,
but not
right.
in all the way. I went to that TED Sports thing and spent 3 full days with about 400 people from around the world who love sports as much as I do. And my wife's like, "How'd it go?" I go, "You know what? It was really cool to be with people who love sports as much as I do, all the way from Triple H to Tamika Catchings to the."
So like this what you're putting together now, it's basically streaming for high school sports, right? Like if I want to watch the Morton game and it's a day later, I could pull it up and watch it on
or
your
if your
network.
grandma in Florida, right?
So we stream sports. We built this whole network. COVID gave us $300,000. We had to spend it.
Right.
So I said, well, let's just build a TV network.
Thanks, Biden.
Yeah, it was actually Trump's. It was early.
Oh, yeah.
It was
All right.
real early.
Okay.
Then they
PPP.
show up with that
Thanks,
money.
Trump.
Yeah, and I said, well, what are we going to do? And I said, well, let's build a TV network so that we could do news and talk and all that. And that has not taken off. It's actually been kind of a failure. And that's
But the
okay.
sports is
but
what's more.
Then all of a sudden we started doing a few games, and then more people want to stream. Now the Times has come to us, and they've co-sponsored the NCC network. We have the PCC. We have all sorts of schools, Cal College, IUN.
And they each have their niche, right? Like they each have, I love PNW sports or something,
Right.
and then you have that niche of people, and they support it.
That's
right?
awesome.
And it also helps, I'm sure, with ads, right? Like,
Not only
this
that,
is my team. I want to make sure
A lot of those kids that are coming to PNC to play PNW to play sports are from California or Michigan
Sure.
or Virginia, and their parents could like log in and watch. Getting people from all over the country on your network.
So we do get people from all over the country, and it is and it's growing. I'm going to South Bend tonight. I think we're going to take a bunch.
You're going to Game Room?
No, I'm going to sign up a high school, hopefully.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
I'm going to
Nice.
game tonight.
So what's
we're going. a lot of people want to stream on our network now. And what it does for me personally is I came to WJOB in 1984, and I walked in, and they're like, oh, you played sports here. You're with Mike Farkas. You're going to do games. And I did games, and I was going to be a sportscaster. And then I wound up going to the Board of Trade and all that. So I'm basically coming back to where I started 40 years ago, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And it couldn't have happened at a better time because of all of the divisiveness and all of the kind of hate speech that goes on.
And then you got like a happy place like high school sports,
Yeah.
right? Where
Hi,
who
how
doesn't
are
want to
ya?
watch it? Right.
You're right. Nobody gets mad at you.
Ref was bad.
That's it. That's it.
About as bad as
Right?
it gets.
Yes.
So tell
Exactly.
me, like, I don't want to wait. I don't want to waste an opportunity for you to be able to plug that. I mean, what's the network? How do we sign up?
So all anybody has to do is download the Jed TV app on your phone or on your smart TV, and you can watch 5 or 6, maybe 8 football
free?
games tonight.
It's
so,
free?
Yeah. So what we did is we were like everybody else, and we were charging people, and we were making decent money. We had 1,500 subscribers.
Nice.
But the longtime advertisers from the radio said, man, we're just not getting the same oomph that we've always gotten. So we did a test. We ran the Purdue Northwest hockey game and Cal College sprint football game at the exact same time. They always had 200 viewers each, and it was like really kind of weird. Well, they were playing the same day, and I go, Sam, just run one of them free. So they run the PNW hockey game for free and the Cal College sprint football game right on the same day, same time. Cal College football game gets 198, and the PNW hockey game gets well over 1,000.
Wow.
Man, I'm like, so we did the research, and we said, you know what? If there's a few people that will write us a check, we can lose a subscriber income. See, a lot of people still think, oh,
That's
man,
smart.
I'm not paying for that.
Right.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so I'm like, listen, we made it free.
Even though it's $1 a month, still, right?
No,
But
people
still,
would
people
not
were.
pay it.
I agree
Yeah.
with you, man.
Interesting.
I agree with you.
So the numbers, it's helped some college scholarships. Think about it. We
Yeah.
can see where people are listening. I'm like, why is this
That's
person
awesome.
keeps watching in middle of Kansas, or what's this guy in Iowa doing? Then you look, and there's like a
Yeah.
D2 school there. And so now these kids get that exposure.
Very cool.
And it's starting to get the kind of advertisers that you would not,
like you're not just getting like
That's awesome, man.
Strack and Van
As a matter of
Til's,
fact,
right? Even
we
though Strack
don't-
and Van
yeah.
Til's a great advertiser.
Yeah, we
In
don't.
fact, Strack and Van Til, Lock Pod's right down the street. Just pointing out.
They're not a sponsor here.
we need that. Steve Kellogg.
Yeah, right. What the hell, Steve?
So the idea is ultimately is that we can bring these communities together through sports.
Yeah,
streaming.
man, that's cool.
I mean, you used to go to a game and you'd see it, but people just don't go to the games, but they're on their phones and they're on their TVs.
So I could watch the Morton game tonight for free on your network.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know. We do a game day
I know.
before it now.
Yeah, I saw that
It's
too.
like a Friday night kickoff.
Very cool.
Joe Cimino, he was a quarterback at Andrean. He kind of hosts that with Peter Krakowski and a couple other
Do you get a lot of people showing up like the game day, or is it like the kids show up?
I think
that's the
it's
goal.
the third
obviously.
one,
right?
And I think what happened was the Carpenters said, "Man, that's a horrible set." So they went out and bought us a nice new set.
Very
or
cool.
Built it. So now we put it onto the football field, and the coach comes
Oh,
out.
how
and
cool.
It is kind of cool. It looks
It's like
So
on
you pick
field.
You pick
Like-
one location and then.
yeah, I think tonight they're at Hanover Central.
Oh, how
great.
cool, man!
So
That's
wait,
really
this is
cool.
all app based. So like, it's not turn on your AM radio. You're gonna have a game on there, right? But it's app based.
So you're saying you
everything's
don't-
on the app.
You don't even know what WJLB does during all the streaming, right?
No, we'll put
it's
a game
independent.
on.
Okay.
Well,
You'll
of
have
the-
one
of
game
the
on JLB.
Will be the times will take one NCC game of the week, and they'll put it on their website and they'll put it on their Facebook, and then we will take a game and put it on the radio, and then you can watch all the games at the same time on the app. Believe
Jed
me,
TV app.
building an app like that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
We had to spend the COVID money, but everybody
good
was
decision.
really hurting.
I love it, man.
And they're like, dude, we'll do it for, we normally charge this, but we'll do it for 10% of that.
How many crews do you have in the field on a given Friday
I think
night?
tonight there's 5.
Wow.
But actually 6 because they got to have a crew for the
pre-show.
By the way, if you guys aren't doing anything,
Chris is like, I got drafted into this.
Yeah, Chris, we need a.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
This
could
could
be
be
a
on
part-
you. I have no idea what I'm doing.
John's texting him right now.
You know, it's odd because we have to buy cameras. And I don't know. We got
Oh, my
10
God.
cameras now. And the guys are like, hey, man, you know, we need some once in a while to do that other game or whatever. We're going to need a camera. And I'm like, man, where can I borrow a camera?
John Vesmar.
Yeah, like look at it's
I
like
forgot
Cloud
about
Studios.
Vesmar.
Yeah,
Exactly. Hey, Johnny V. We're
In a pinch, man, we're available.
Yeah.
yeah, so I appreciate you
Hey,
guys.
can I ask you,
having me on.
a
Go ahead.
question? One of the interesting developments, I've been mayor for a long time, just like you've owned WJLB, and we came in at the same time. We talked about that. One of the interesting developments for me over the last 22 years is seeing the traditional media, not counting JLB, I'm talking more of the Times and the Post, sort of shrink in influence, and watching something like Region News Source gain in influence over the years. Paul Goddard's come on the show a couple times. It's an interesting development. I mean, did you ever? And I noticed you partnered with the Times, which makes a lot of sense in my mind. But a lot of what Paul does is more attuned to what you're doing too.
Well,
did you ever think about?
It's an interesting dynamic there because we are doing a lot with the Times, especially on the sports, and we're on that. And Goddard, he and I are texting all the time. Hey, don't forget about this. Don't forget about that. I have a feeling that at some point there will be some relationship between
'Cause he's got a
me and
huge
Goddard.
video
Yeah,
audience.
he's got. We kind of do the same thing. I would say that I'm so proud of him, and I like to use his news. I like to say, hey, please go like his page. He'll send me videos on my phone so that I don't have to go find them or anything. So he's kind of he's very friendly to us, and I'm very friendly to him, and I'm very proud of him, and I want to see it grow.
It's definitely
And it doesn't stop.
It's a phenomenon to see what's going on. And I don't know, I'm sure it's funny. One of the things about traveling the state when I ran is you would see like the Goddard in different parts of the state. And I'm sure every state has Goddards all over, with similar type of vision, just like what you're doing. I'm sure there's Jim Didelos doing similar types of things in other parts of the state. But I don't know if they've been as successful as Goddard. Because Goddard's got 100,000 plus
That's
followers.
crazy.
210.
210 now?
210,000
That's a big
on his
freaking
Facebook, which is also very risky because we were doing that with our sports and we were putting it on there, and then we went and did a semi-state wrestling meet at East Chicago, and they played the very famous Star Spangled Banner. What's the singer that does that big famous one? It's
Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston's. They did that.
Good guess.
Good job, Joe.
Damn.
They took our wrestling meet down. I had to explain.
Oh.
And then they said, hey, if
Gotcha.
you do it again, we're going to cancel your account. And I'm like, you could
Dude,
just
that was
do
an accident.
We had like 30,000
Oh,
people.
my
They're like,
God.
well, if you go on and you read all the blogs and stuff, Facebook does that all the time. And
They'll
I'm
just
like,
wipe out somebody's business.
yeah, and that was one of the reasons
Wow.
that we spent the
Scary.
money to.
Yeah.
You just wipe the whole thing out.
That's why you spent the money on the app.
Yeah, I'm
because
like,
then you
man,
control
I
it.
know what's going to happen. One of these.
That's crazy.
Somebody's going to
Halftime show.
Yes,
they'll be
exactly.
playing the music on the, on the
somebody-
loudspeaker.
It'll be like Janet Jackson. Something will come off, and there it is.
That's
And,
crazy.
yeah. So you got to watch that, and
that's
I
interesting.
know
I never even thought about that.
Paul guards it very closely. That certain things don't get up there. He was in Facebook jail for a while. That his subscribers. I mean, I'm a subscriber, so I had to move over and subscribe somewhere else on a different avenue to it. So it gets a little bit.
Damn, that's scary.
That you're at the whim of
of Facebook.
big corporate America, right?
So what's happening with Paul is exactly what I'm doing on the sports side. Like we've done stuff with Lakeshore Public. We're doing stuff with the Times. We do stuff with Hobart's Broadcasting School, PC3, which is Porter County Broadcasting. We have another media outlet I think is going to stream. Regional radio streams through us. So I thought about getting into it on the news side, but I'm like, Goddard's got it, man. All I got to do is call him up and say, hey, man, what do I need to report today?
love it.
When I'm going in there at 5:45, this goofball's been up for hours, and he's, Jed, don't forget about this.
Well, it just goes to show you don't need to have a big, huge corporation to make news and to be part of the news. And
Dude,
I think
Goddard's
that's
got
what
like
both
12
you
people.
and
Right.
Goddard have
I mean,
shown.
think about it. Like you have an organization like the local media. Okay, I'm not going to get particular. Okay, but these are multi-million-dollar businesses with staff, with benefits and all that, and you guys come along with like a dozen people and just kick their ass. It's just like
I don't know how people are able to do that. The main reason that we've been able to build this sports network is that we are on the Purdue campus. Now the problem is they're coming in and they're learning high-level technology, and then Rob Aguirre just got hired by Barstool Sports.
That's
You
awesome.
can see him
I
on
saw
the
that.
show.
That's
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and Sonny Santana just celebrated
Good for you,
1
bud.
year at Big Ten Network.
I love
Jimmy
it.
Mulaney's up there.
That's right. I
Because
remember when he went.
And then
Yeah.
what? Jordan Beasley's with
Jordan Beasley's
like
with
the Denver Broncos or
Man,
something
it's
like
like
that.
you're like the AA. You're like the
That's
AAA
awesome,
team,
man.
man. And then
That's
they
awesome, man.
make it big. They make it to the big
until
time.
they take them. We got 6 games tonight. Hey, I just got hired by Barstool. Hey, I just got hired by Big Ten.
But
I
you know
just
what?
Got
That-
hired by Denver.
That's a compliment to you and what you're doing. I mean, you're basically
Agreed.
and by the way, can't hurt recruiting young kids for what you're doing, right? Why
Oh,
wouldn't you be like,
that's-
hey,
Yeah, that's pretty easy
Yeah.
right now because people want to do that. But
Yep.
what Goddard's doing, there's Goddards all over the state. You're right, and there's a big one in Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
the same.
There's a guy
idea.
down in West Lafayette also,
Yeah.
similar type of.
So we're taking. I think we're going to take another one from another part of the state, and we take their stuff and we aggregate it. Just like someone should come along and aggregate Goddard and all these other people, and they will at some time, and that's how Paul will find an exit for some,
so some big organization.
so you can go buy an RV,
Yeah.
right? It's some
Goddard could hang with Mercer.
Do you
now.
know
That's
him?
right. No, he's not.
He's still.
He
I got
would-
him by like 20 years. Goddard's probably in his 40s, right?
Yeah, probably.
Probably
yeah.
young, early 40s, probably.
Probably early 40s,
Yeah.
right?
He's an operator.
Yeah.
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 Right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey man, you
Up and
guys are
down.
doing great. I want to
Thank you for coming
guys
on.
To keep doing what you're doing. I don't know if people understand one part of the genesis for this. Did you guys know this? That we had a rather terse conversation one time, and
What?
yeah,
Believe
and,
it or not.
and I basically kind of kicked the mayor off of WJOB, and I felt bad about it.
That's all right.
But
It worked out.
I mean, that's
it worked
one.
out.
That's one way of looking at it. Sure.
But like honestly though,
Oh, that was part of it.
Yeah.
You guys also were moving in your own direction.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah, yeah.
it's the interesting development is I'm glad it ended up being this way because honestly when I was on JLB I could never cuss, I could never really, and I had to be very wary because usually we were paying for it with the city too, which also limits me because if we're paying for it with the city and somebody
Right.
wants to talk politics, I was literally tongue tied. I couldn't without like feeling like I was doing something wrong. So like now that we do it out here and we're doing it through Lockpod and I could talk about whatever I want. I could talk about the city if I want. I could talk about politics. I could cuss.
yeah, it's
We could
still-
get sued on our own. We don't have to worry about JLB.
That's right. We don't have to get you in trouble. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously a lot of respect for what you do, Jed. We appreciate everything you do, and thanks for coming on. I mean, it's always a pleasure having you. I mean, you are the media mogul of
Watch
Northwest
yourself.
Indiana. So
I do want to just reiterate on that that was a lawyer decision. I had a lawyer that was like, "Hey, man, he's saying this. He's saying it on the city's money." I won't say who the lawyer is because he knows him well, but it was the kind of thing. If you're on AM radio, you can get hurt a lot more quickly than you guys doing it as a
Yeah, because you have a
podcast.
license to worry
Yeah,
about too.
license. They can use certain regulations.
Isn't it a
against you.
joke that you can't cuss on JLB?
Can't cuss.
Isn't
I
it
can't.
stupid?
Oh, can
Like
you,
you should just drop the F-bomb one day and just test the theory. It's fucking
Yeah.
bullshit, Jim. It is. It's like in
Test
this
that.
country,
And
with
test
what's
that
going
theory.
on, just walk in and just drop an F-bomb tomorrow and let's just see where it goes.
yes.
every time you say that,
yeah.
as a longtime AM guy, I'm just like, oh my
my
gosh,
God,
it's
right.
like throwing water on the wicked witch. Thanks, guys, for having me.
Thanks,
Thank
brother.
you,
It's
Jed,
good to
for
see you.
coming
This-
in.
Hey, by the way,
Wrap us
the
up.
Midwest Most Dangerous Podcast was this guy.
That's right.
I don't know if it was last time you were on. It was the time before that. You were like, you came in. You were like, you guys are like the Midwest Most Dangerous Podcast. It stuck. By the way, that's
Well,
fact.
thank you.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah,
Well,
appreciate it.
Keep being dangerous. How's that sound?
All right.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate
I'm
it.
gonna take this paper.
Take 'em. Take 'em
that's
both.
That'll be $5. Thank you. So, Jill, it's great to see you back, babe. Thank you for going to San Francisco with us. I'm super happy, and I hope you had a good trip with us. But I've been talking about taking you on a trip for a long time, and you went with us, and I just want to say thanks.
We're sorry.
You're sorry.
And Jill, by the way, I was being Tom McDermott on that trip, right?
Oh, 100%.
So like I wasn't holding
100%.
back. I was like, "You want to go on a trip with us? This is how I roll
100%.
when I'm on vacation."
Galaga.
It was
All
I
good.
night
pay a lot of
long.
Galaga. I pay a lot of Galaga on
It
vacation.
was good. It was a good trip.
It was a good trip. It was fun. It was cold though. Fuck, man.
I'll take that over the heat.
Yeah,
Dude,
true.
I had like I had to like Kevin was coming out after me. I'm like, dude, you need to stop by my house and get like a hoodie.
I had to
and
grab
pants and-
clothes from Marissa and bring
Dude,
them out to him.
I was
dude,
like,
you were
I had,
under.
I had shorts and
Yeah,
like
that
I was
was not gonna
going.
work.
No, dude, I would have froze my ass off. So,
So
hey, Chris, thank you for covering.
thank you, Chris.
I know you're
You're welcome.
covering the next show as well. We appreciate it, honestly. When Fez doesn't miss often, but when he does, like we appreciate you helping us.
And
man.
great job today. Really good. I
Yeah.
know it was photo heavy. We didn't mean to do that. It just ended up photo heavy. So thank you.
Yeah, I was very
Great
nervous.
job.
And
Did a
I
great
feel
job.
like John needs a vacation every once in a while too. So
But like honestly, and when you pipe in, I like it because you know when John pipes in, it's always this right wing shit, and you come in. So
mine's just off the wall bullshit. right?
yeah, I like the off wall bullshit.
It's a great
too.
refresher.
Yeah,
Okay.
John's like alt right bullshit when he comes in. So, by the way, happy birthday, Vez.
Yes.
Is it?
It was on the 3rd, I believe.
Happy
September
birthday,
3rd.
Vez, and he's enjoying himself with his beautiful wife.
Yes.
And they're out there enjoying California, from what I
Mhm.
understand. Kevin, thank you very much. Appreciate you. We're cruising right now. We put together 3 good shows. It's probably good for the whole
I was gonna
season.
say we're right about to go. It could be downhill.
It's
from
all
here.
downhill
We don't
from
know.
here,
We don't
so.
know.
Our last show, dude. Like it's funny because when we got off the air, I don't remember what we talked about. Honestly, they all blur together. And then when I play it, I played that last show and laughed my freaking ass off. Like,
And it was a lot of improv. So
it was
episode
definitely
2, give it a
improv.
listen.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks everybody for listening to Lockpod. We love you all. we
Hey,
appreciate you all.
wait. Swingers today.
Oh, thanks,
yeah.
Joe. Hence the shirts that Joe and I
Yeah.
are both wearing. We
Mhm.
are doing it. In fact, I was supposed to mention that to Jim. We're doing a golf simulator lounge. It's a Hammond Sportsplex. It's opening today. I already hit on one of them. It worked. It was nice. It
Nice.
was,
Yeah, you cussed me out
11
the first
11
time.
a.m. ribbon cutting today.
11 a.m. ribbon cutting. So Jill and I called Jill, surprised her because I knew they were in, and we spent a lot of money on these simulators, and I'm like, I want to check this out. I'm like, hey Jill, I'm coming by. I want to check out the simulator, and Jill's like, Kim's not here, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't need Kim there. I'll be right by. So I get there, and Jill like turns it on, and I fucking hit the ball, and it doesn't work. And
Uh-oh.
then I hit it again, and it doesn't work. And Jill's like, I don't know how to fucking work this thing, dude.
Hopefully today it
So
will
wait,
work.
wait. No, the best part is so you leave, right? Super pissed because he like hauled his golf clubs up the
I,
stairs
it was,
and everything.
I hauled my fucking golf
Oh
clubs
my
into
God! You brought your clubs.
Yeah, and then
Wow.
I had to haul him back out. Walk of shame, you
so
know.
Then, so then 2 hours later, Brian hopped on the machine, like same log, and we didn't change anything. It worked fine.
What the fuck?
So it's probably you.
So today
It was not me. It was you. You were the supervisor.
do anything
You were the
else.
supervisor in charge. How
We
could it be
changed
me? I'm,
nothing.
I'm merely the customer.
Swing better.
All right.
Yeah.
Come by
IT
Swingers
has
today at
nothing to
3,
do with
at
that.
11.
What's that?
IT has nothing to do
No,
with
No,
that.
it had nothing to do with IT.
You are innocent.
By the way, I'm catching some heat for the name, Jill.
It's great.
It is a great name.
Yeah.
We named it Swingers because you
A
swing
golf
your golf.
swing,
Like
yeah.
I don't know what the hell these other people
I
are
don't
talking about.
I would-
Duh. It's a freaking golf simulator. Swingers.
Yeah.
Makes total sense.
Mhm.
Enjoy.
Mhm.
Now the upside down pineapple. I don't know how you explain that.
That's
So.
on you.
What?
Yeah.
What pineapple?
You'll have to
Alright.
ask Tom about that.
The drinks, the screaming orgasm and stuff like that.
Oh my! All
Yeah,
right.
the threesome. That's it. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool. Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks Jim Dilo for coming in. Another great show. We appreciate you all. Season 16, episode 3 is in the books. We're out. We'll be back on Tuesday.